So there is, but I'm afraid play was washed out for the day with heavy showers scudding across the ground. The covers were put on, the umpires made an inspection, but then the rain became even heavier, and West Indies finished at that figure 264 for 4. Hooper, an excellent 47 not out, looks a very good young player. Gus Logie came in and crashed the ball everywhere, 18 not out, and the highlight, Vivian Richards, 80, with Desmond Haynes also playing very well for his half-century. The bowling figures for England: Dilly none for 47 and De Freitas 1 for 58. I'm not too sure what De Freitas was doing after he came out and bowled with that circular run. It may have been a problem with the run-ups or the foothole. Jarvis 2 for 52, didn't bowl badly, even though those figures on the surface don't look all that crash hot. Pringle 18 overs for 38 was steady, and I thought bowled pretty well all the way through. And John Embury was harshly dealt with by Vivian Richards, 7 overs, no maiden, 1 for 62. And that leaves West Indies with Monday and Tuesday to go, 19 runs ahead at 264 for 4 against England 245. Complete over from Saturday evening. Here's the last of those three. Gus Logie is taking strike, and there's no addition to the score.
Could have been out.
It's very close to that again. A little bit of good fortune for Gus Logie at the start of the day.
Hooper taking guard for his first ball of the day from Graham Dilly. Oh, and a lovely shot, and that'll be his 50. Just beautifully timed. It's 4 runs. The outfield's quicker, but the shot was sweetly timed.
What a good player this young man is.
Pringle to Logie. Oh, that's well bowled and out. Graham Gooch again. So we've seen in the first 15 minutes of the morning that the devil that's been in the pitch on the odd spot, although there's no marks there, he's still there.
Yes, and after a couple of indifferent ones, that a very good delivery. Watch that bounce. See how high it got. And Logie almost off the shoulder of the bat. Graham Gooch having a little juggle with it, but fortunately went up.
One of the most cultured looking of wicket-keeper batsmen in world cricket. So 271 for 5, the lead 26.
Carl Hooper has strike now. Dilly from the Radcliffe Road end. It's well bowled. Hooper got away with it, and he's got 4 for it as well. But he was certainly deceived in the flight. It was Dilly's slower ball. There's a pat on the back there from Dujon, but it was nicely bowled.
Yes, definitely fooled there. That went head high through the covers. A little bit of good fortune there for Hooper.
Here's Dilly, and he's bowling to Dujon. Beautifully placed. Jarvis is the man at third man.
A beautiful stroke by Dujon here. Nice on the back foot across. Quite a straight bat, and the ball going pretty hard away, square on the offside.
That was very well bowled. Had a good morning, Graham Dilly, without success, I'm afraid, but he's bowled well.
Yes, that was unlucky. Fine delivery, just outside the off stump, leaving, bouncing, but no reward.
Like a chance from this angle. Just need to see on the replay if it actually carried. It also looked as though the fielder, Graham Gooch, might have not sighted it as it left the edge of the bat.
Yes, super delivery this. Leaving Hooper off the pitch, playing it, and it looks as though it might have just carried to Graham Gooch. 50-50. Very, very difficult chance anyhow. He was standing up a little bit straight there.
Gooch picked that slower ball pretty well. Last 50 have taken 126 balls. That's a good indication of just how accurate this England attack have been. Very good effort from them this morning.
It's interesting to see that Mike Gatting's keeping Dilly on. A couple of overs ago, he just signalled one more, but he's keeping him going now.
Well, that's why, indeed, Tom, you're spot on. He's hit a rhythm and a line and a length this morning, his best of the innings.
A beautiful delivery, that one a little bit straighter, if anything, and very, very close to Hooper's edge. Really has been a superb performance by the English quickies this morning.
And that's out. Well, Graham Dilly's earned his wicket, even if he got it in a fairly unusual way, but that's one more wicket that England wanted.
Yes, really speaking, it wasn't a great delivery by any means, but Dujon getting back there to smash it, and in fact, it sort of lollipopped. He's trying to pull it, and if anything, he gets there a little bit early, and he just slices it back to Graham Dilly. It's a remarkable dismissal, but very, very useful wicket for Dilly, and he really has deserved it.
Malcolm Marshall, the new batsman, so what can he do for this West Indies score? Oh, my word. Well, that's the game. You get a simple caught and bowled off a miss-hit, and then you bowl a ball that's worth a wicket and get nothing. Graham Dilly having finished his stint, and this morning, tried 11.3 overs, no maidens, 1 for 34, and he was worth better than that. De Freitas to replace him. That's 4 runs. Now a new ball now being taken. Only 10 overs after, 11 overs after it was due.
334 for 6, same number of runs as Bradman made in one day. Done by De Freitas. Carl Hooper goes just after the luncheon interval on 84. Just another 16 needed for his 100, and dismissed by an excellent delivery from Philip De Freitas. It's now 335 for 7.
Well, I think it's very nearly unplayable, this one. Bounce left him. He's in a good position there, but it lifted. just clipped the glove, and Paul Downton takes that in front of first slip.
Freitas to Ambrose. Well, that was very careless indeed, because it was the over that allowed Ambrose to take the single so he would retain the strike. But the overthrow rebounding off the stumps meant that Marshall could get back, and now he'll be able to face Dilly. Problem with the ball. It was tossed over to umpire Birkinshaw by Jarvis. Now Jack Birkinshaw is going across to work with Harold Bird. He's out of shape. Going to be knocked back into shape by the next ball that's bowled. All those things will be going through the umpire's minds at the moment. As there by magic, one comes out of the pocket.
Good delivery this, swinging, there's quite a lot of swing there. And Malcolm Marshall not really getting very close to that.
Well, full marks to Paul Jarvis, who was the one who took the ball across the umpire and managed to get out of his pocket one that will actually move in the air. No fast bowler likes to receive that sort of treatment. It's not so much the smash past point, it's the advancing down the pitch that is so annoying.
I suppose that's one place not to bowl, when somebody's just advancing down the pitch, just short of a length. It's the sort of thing they're looking for. They're in a position, sideways on, and they just hit it away through the covers.
It looks as though Marshall's decided that he's going to give it a bit of a dash out there. Gooch is the fielder at second slip.
Well clear of him. You have a feeling here that really John Embury ought to be bowling to Ambrose. I think he could probably get him out. Marshall would obviously have a dart at him, and Gatting would have to have 3 or 4 men out to Embury if he did it.
Well, Marshall now, he's giving it the whole treatment. Timed his charge perfectly, made himself a bit of room.
Well, again, De Freitas dropping it onto that just short of a length on the off stump, and on both occasions Marshall's really clobbered him on the offside.
De Freitas to Ambrose.
And there's 4 more.
Well, Curtly Ambrose doesn't have a big back lift. He's certainly got a good follow through, and when you're 6'8" and you swing the bat, that's what happens. And that's 4 more runs.
John Embury, of course, who bore the brunt when Richards and Hooper got after him on Saturday. Well, now England certainly want to slow the run rate down, and of course they want to wind up this innings.
And then a little bit of air, perhaps, just a little bit of flight for Curtly Ambrose. Was out at deep cover, and it's well run by Marshall. Ambrose takes 2 or 3 strides to get down to the other end. 50 partnership up, only 91 balls taken, and most valuable for West Indies. Just fingertips. Great effort by David Gower. It was the same story earlier in the day with Graham Gooch diving to his left and not able to cling onto one slip.
Ambrose just flipping this off his legs. Up in the air, and David Gower diving to his left, just missing it.
It's either insult to injury or the other way around. It was a very big hit by Marshall. Dilly, how tall is he? About 12 feet short. Half century for Marshall, nice way to bring it up.
Magnificent stroke, coming inside and slogging that high over Graham Dilly at long off. Tremendous hit.
Change in the bowling, Derek Pringle comes on at the pavilion end. Only about 4 or 5 yards at this pavilion end that is still cleared that. It whistled past the ears of one or two of the photographers.
You see all those, it just cleared them, and could really have done a lot of damage there.
14 off that over. 15 off the previous one from John Embury, so run rate just rocketing. He's still nearly 25 minutes away, so if they're still in occupation, that happy man will probably have over 200 runs to play with and decide what he wants to do.
Yeah, I don't think he's listening to us, Jack.
And that's bowled in. Malcolm Marshall looking disappointed, but he needn't be. A lovely innings, a vital one, 72 runs. And he's pressed the accelerator just at the right time for the West Indies.
Probably Malcolm had a little bit too much room, or was probably just struggling to reach it at the finish. Marvellous attacking innings though. In fact, the ball did go underneath the bat. And that's really given the West Indies a great chance of winning this match.
Yes, he led the way in a stand of 91 for that 8th wicket. Big round of applause, and rightly so. You see just what he had in mind. Made all the room he wanted. But off balance, making too much in fact. And that's the result. Well, that's different. In the air, De Freitas. Oh, and he's dropped it.
Well, one of the best fielders in the England side, Philip De Freitas. It isn't often he drops them, but he got there and then seemed to stop just that yard too quickly, and in fact was barely under the ball at the finish.
Well, that's a big hit. First one that Ambrose has really got hold of.
That was a massive hit, and there was some thought that there might have been a declaration come at tee. It didn't. Richard must have had it in mind, but he sent the batsman out again. Ambrose was out shortly after, and then they did declare. He was out to a brilliant piece of fielding by Graham Gooch. I think for a moment Ambrose had decided there wasn't a single in it. Gooch decided there wasn't. They both started, and then Gooch moved in quickly and threw down the stumps. 43 to Ambrose. The declaration came at 448 for 9. A terrific effort from the West Indies, and Marshall the star of things, although don't discard Curtly Ambrose there. That's his highest Test match score, and I thought he played very well and with splendid temperament. The bowling figures for England, the best of those today I thought was Derek Pringle, 34 overs, 11 maidens, 1 for 82. And it's true that the England bowlers had no luck this morning. Dilly was unlucky, but finished with 1 for 101, 2 wickets to De Freitas, 2 to Jarvis and 2 to Embury. So when the declaration came, this was the situation: West Indies 203 runs ahead. We join play now in the England innings. It's Patrick Patterson coming in from the Radcliffe Road end. He's going to bowl to Graham Gooch, and 3 runs are on the board. Tucked that away nicely, and the timing was good. That field is still not desperately fast out there, just quick enough that it will run into the rope after Marshall has tried to stop it with his foot.
And this is Malcolm Marshall. Oh, that is a beautiful ball. Nothing at all that Graham Gooch could do about that, and if he'd heard the tinkle of wickets, he'd not have been at all surprised. Alongside me, admiring his Railingworth.
Well, you don't want 6 of those and over, that's for certain. You know, perfect length, line, movement out off the seam. No real answer to that. Not one of the best shots there by Graham Gooch. A little bit wide and just hanging the bat out there.
And a change of bowling at the pavilion end. Curtly Ambrose. So England have fought off Malcolm Marshall's first spell. 4 overs, 2 maidens, 0 for 3. Not exactly hit anywhere, but to keep him out is the main thing at this stage. Not where Chris Broad intended, but it's gone at a fair pace away there, back out of square. The cheers will tell you that it eventually got to the rope, and Chris Broad has 4 runs. Oh, dear, dear. Well played, Chris Broad. They were very well bowled too. Just that extra thing. It's as if you bowl and it hits a trampoline. Well, I don't think I've given up all hope, Tom, have you?
No, we're not quite as far down as that, I guess.
Patterson now to Broad. It's a good shot. Racing away there. Outfield appreciably quicker than in the first 3 days. Courtney Walsh now coming on to replace Patrick Patterson. Oh, that's 4 runs. Quite safe. Almost played there. He was looking to play it squarer, but there was something of the uppercut in the shot. Oh, that's out. It's well bowled. Nicely taken by Dujon. Just pitching in the right place to draw Broad into the push.
Yes. Chris Broad caught Dujon, bowled Ambrose for 16. Battled for 80 minutes. And I think you'll see that this slanting across him went quite wide in the end. Just getting a little outside edge on it.
Yes, an unsettling over. He'd banged in 2 bounces, and then the one that didn't get up, that one which did, and also left him.
And in fact, Chris Broad had both feet off the ground then when he was playing that.
Courtney Walsh now to bowl to Gatting. Well, that was very close.
Yes, in fact, it was so close it took Jeff Dujon by surprise. I think you'll see this will go over almost the corner of the off stump. My goodness me, he just got his pad outside the off stump, although the fact that he wasn't playing a shot really didn't mean there was any protection for him there.
Viv Richards has brought back Malcolm Marshall. .50 up and Gooch goes to half that number.
Well, I think the tide's coming again. It's, Walsh is really getting the ball to move around. An absolute pearl. Went like a leg break and kept on going.
No third man, so they'll get 4 for that. It's been an interesting day for Malcolm Marshall. He came out and blasted England's bowlers, making a brilliant 72. He's now bowling very, very fast. Coming around the wicket to Gooch. He's been giving umpire Harold Bird a lot of long, hard looks. And he's also been chipped by umpire Bird and officially warned for running too close to the line of the stumps. A very interesting day for Marshall, and a hard-fought top of the innings effort there from England, 67 for 1 at the close of play. It was tough going. They stuck it out, broad the man out, caught Dujon bowled Ambrose, and Gooch and Gatting there on 38 and 8 respectively. The West Indian bowlers, they all bowl well, Marshall with plenty of fire, and Curtly Ambrose again was very impressive, 8 overs 3 maidens, 1 for 13. Patterson and Walsh bowled well, Walsh cutting the ball and moving it in the air when he came in from the Radcliffe Road end. England behind the West Indies to the tune of 136 runs. Well, Malcolm Marshall wasn't